I'm here. Let the bells ring out and the banners fly. Feast your eyes on me. It's too good to be true, but I'm here. And I almost didn't think I would make it over here tonight because on the way over, I hit a deer with an uppercut. Then it caught me with a roundhouse. The squirrel that was refereeing the fight obviously paid off because that was not a full 10 count. And I do have a rematch scheduled for next month, and I will get my title back. The title to my car, that is. That stupid squirrel convinced me to bet it on the fight. If you've seen me the last couple times, you might be expecting a long, drawn-out story about my personal life or something. Not tonight, you're just getting the weird stuff. Welcome to the carnival. I was channel surfing a while back, and I was watching bull riding. And this is basically what I saw. They would take a bull, put it into a small cage, and then a cowboy would get on his back, say some very unkind things about the bull's mother. They would open up the cage, and the bull would jump out and start bouncing around and twisting, trying to throw the cowboy off of his back. Exactly as you would do in that situation. And that's what happened every time. Every cowboy bounced around, throwing off the bull. And here's the part I don't understand. Everybody was cheering for the cowboys. I thought we were supposed to love winners in this country. The bulls won every time. People were cheering for the losers. The only way they should have been cheering for the cowboy is if the cowboy stayed on the bull long enough to make the bull say, "I surrender." And then, of course, the cowboy would apologize to the bull, and they would form an unlikely friendship and then go to solve crimes together as a wacky detective duo. Why is that not already a show? Yeah. I mean, I have sympathy for animals. Like whenever I'm driving and I pass an Amish horse and buggy, I mean, you might think I was going to make fun of the Amish. No. I mean, hey, as long as you're not hurting anybody, do what you do. Although I did find it weird that I used Google to find out why the Amish don't like technology. But every time I pass a horse and buggy in my car, I just feel bad for the horse, because I just know that horse is looking at everybody going like, why don't you guys have one of those? Then me and my horse buddies, we could just be out in the field, like relaxing, eating hay. I feel bad for the horse. I want to stop my car, get out, give it a sugar cube. And then the horse would probably like stomp on my car because he doesn't want my pity. And that would be hard to explain to my insurance company, like, I got some dents in my car. All right, was it hail damage? No, it wasn't hail damage. Did a person hit your car? No, it definitely wasn't a person. Well, what kind of damage do you have? It's horseshoe prints. We're not paying for that. Yeah, I didn't think you would. Here's a little tip. The way to a man's heart is through an incision right about here. Going through the stomach? My God. What kind of medical school did you people go to? I've gone to a lot of doctor's appointments to the point where I'm just tired of all the questions and I'm starting to have fun with them. Your name? Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Your date of birth? I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel, and I am immortal. Do you feel safe in your home? No, my toaster's trying to kill me. Have you fallen recently? Does it count if I was pushed? I don't know if it's coincidence, but that last colonoscopy I had seemed to be a little bit more violent than usual. And the thing is, I like doctors. I have sympathy for doctors. Like, I feel bad for doctors who do organ transplants because it's really hard for them to be romantic. I mean, whenever they say, "I want to give you my heart," it has a whole other meaning. I can go to my doctor And I can ask for copies of my blood test results, so that's fine. I can ask for copies of my exam records, no problem. But just let me ask for copies of my x-rays because I think it would be cool to have a picture of my own skull in my house and suddenly I'm a weirdo. Here's one of the dumbest things I've thought in quite a while. We only assume that we have bones. Think about it. I've never seen my skeleton. Have you? No. We're just taking it on faith that they know what they're talking about. And I know what you might be thinking, like, Jason, you were just mentioning x-rays. Yeah, how do they do x-rays? The doctor puts a piece of equipment up to you, there's a buzzing sound, they disappear for a while, and then they come back with a picture like, yeah, this is what it's like underneath your skin. How do we know? For all I know, my skeleton is made of bamboo, which means I have absolutely no excuse for weighing as much as I do. This is just a weird night. But you might say, like, Jason, you can tell that you have bones because you can see your teeth. Teeth are like bones. Yeah, teeth are like bones, but they're not really bones. That's like saying, like, your hair and your fingernails are made of the same stuff, but you don't say you have fingernails growing out of your head, now do you? No. Apologies for that image. And you might be hearing the stuff I'm saying tonight and say, dear God, what was he drinking before he came in here? And I don't drink alcohol. I mean, obviously I drink water, otherwise I'd be dead from dehydration. Although you do get water from the food that you eat. It's just not as efficient as getting water from actual, water. And there are some foods that would actually make it more difficult to get the proper nutrition, like if you're doing hot wings or pepperoni, it's just more efficient to drink water. But anyway, I don't drink alcohol because I don't want to do stuff that people might think would make me look weird. And that's the thing. I have had people say, like, we want to see you drunk. Oh no. Because you see, I know all the demons running around inside my head, but I have no idea what order they'd be coming out in. The only way I could go drinking would be if I was like to lock myself in a room with a video camera there and get drunk in private there so I could see, like, who's coming out first. Like, oh no, not that one. That's staying private. I just think weird things. Like the other day I was in a store and I saw a portable basketball hoop. Okay, now some people get those because they don't want to mount a basketball hoop on their house or their garage. And yeah, you can move it, but it's not really portable. I mean, it's not like people would pack it up into their car and take it with them to the beach or a funeral. And now we consign his soul to eternal slumber. Nothing but net. I take it back, that's probably the dumbest thing I've thought in a while. And now I've started to lose myself there. Crap, I can't believe I forgot that part of it. I had a little cheat sheet here because I knew I was not going to be all the way here today, and that just bailed me out. I am tired of windows of opportunity. Because have you ever tried to climb into a window? Not easy. I tried it with my car once. Turns out we weren't giving them Duke boys nearly enough credit. I cannot describe to you the amount of damage I did to the metal work, the paint, and of course the back of my head after I fell out the car and hit the pavement, which is probably part of the reason I act the way I do. A while back, a woman that I had known for over 20 years asked me if I was gay. That is like if I was playing a sport and was doing so poorly that people thought I was playing for the other team. Not that there's anything wrong with the other team, mind you, okay? Hey, they're just trying to play the game themselves. They're just trying to win, so hey, play your game, go score. And besides, it doesn't really matter because sparks were flying in my bedroom last night. I have flannel sheets, Rolled over, nearly electrocuted myself. It was wonderful. See, the way I think, it's a blessing and a curse, because I don't answer questions normally. At work, there was this survey. It's trying to gauge your mood. Like, are you very much agreeing with this or very much not agreeing with this? I took one look at the questions and said, like, I'm not taking this test. The first statement they had, I am proud to work for the company. Pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. You're not catching me on this one, McGillicuddy. I would recommend this company as a great place to work. Well, that depends, doesn't it? I mean, if I'm talking with a 107-year-old person, no. Enjoy your retirement. Don't go back to work. If I'm talking to a 10-year-old kid, no, you're too young. I feel energized by the work I do. I don't know about you, but I make it a rule not to get myself electric shocks while I'm at work. So I am able to manage the amount of work I do during a given day. Like I'm able to somehow, control the amount of work that gets dumped on me in any given 24-hour period. No! If I could control reality like that, I can guarantee you I wouldn't be doing a regular job. Now, what was the last one? Oh yeah, my team performs well. Well, the Steelers had a rough start to the season. They got better towards the end. I mean, I'm sure Kenny Pickett will come along. I'm just sad what they did with Mr. Trubisky, but I guess we'll see. Oh, they were talking about the team at work, weren't they? See, the way I answer questions, it makes me fearful to be in a relationship because women say that they want honesty. I don't think you do. I don't think so. If a woman came up to me and said, will you love me forever? No! Do you have any idea how long forever is? Have you ever tried to wrap your brain around the concept of that amount of time? I can promise to love you for a while. I can promise to love you until I die. Those are doable. Or maybe she'd say, do you think I'm the most beautiful woman in the world? Okay, when you say in the world, are you talking about being below the Earth's surface? Because if you're in competition with subterranean mole women, then yes, you are the most beautiful woman in the world. But if we're going by the spirit of the question, which I think is you asking if I think you're the most beautiful woman on Earth, again, gotta say no. There are too many women. Beauty is too subjective. So.
Just lie.
Ladies, is all this honesty getting you hot? Women will also say stuff like, I want a man with a sense of humor. I want someone who can make me laugh. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a lie right there. I'm one of the funniest people I know. I know more jokes than any human being I have ever met. And I've met a couple professional comedians. I'm pretty sure if there was a competition between us, I could bury them. Okay? Now, let's say that you're at a bar, and I'm sitting on one side of you. I can do the entire Who's on First routine, both sides, start to finish. On the other side, Chris Hemsworth can't tell a knock-knock joke to save his soul. Who are you taking home? The answer is no one, because I'm taking him home. Like I say, I'm not homosexual, but that's an attractive man, and I want to find out what's going on in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So that's pretty much all I have for tonight. But before I end, I do want to do a little self-promotion here. Because I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok. And I've recorded all of these shows in the past there. If you go onto YouTube, if you look for Smart and Crazy, you'll find all my stuff. If you go on TikTok, you can look by Jason Allen or at Smart and Crazy, and you'll find me in more manageable chunks, so you don't have to spend as much time, which I think is best for everyone when you get right down to it. And as I leave, I just want you to remember that life is short. It's only 4 letters. Good night.